Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to come to you guys about Jada Pinkett Smith and Zoe Kravitz and what's going on with Twitter. I don't know how active you all are with Twitter. It's definitely one of my favorite social media platforms because it is for writers. I'm a writer. I love Substack as well and Medium. But Twitter is extremely entertaining, and the commentary there, it's amazing. It is amazing. Um, so, of course, everyone is still talking about what happened at the Oscars on Sunday, but one thing I want to commend Jada for is saying, um, via her IG post, this is a season for healing, and I'm here for it. And I am as well. I absolutely love to see that acknowledgement, that growth. And one thing, I feel like the internet is divided, right? Between what happened with Will and Chris. On one side, people are saying, that Chris was wrong because of the joke, which he was, and that Will was wrong for hitting him, which is also true, right? Both things can be true. And they both have apologized to each other, which I commend them for as grown men. And, I want to focus on Jada and her speaking out. I feel like that's so important because she was the target of Chris Rock's joke, and she was also the woman that Will Smith was protecting in this. And one thing I want to bring to the forefront is the fact that because Black women are it's so common for Black women to be the butt of everyone's jokes because we hold the least amount of social capital in the world. I feel like um, people are so used to Black women being strong and being poised and having that grace under fire. Like, I discussed earlier posts about Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, that, she was dealing with a lot of senators attacking her character, attacking her humanity, the racism and the sexism and the misogyny and the vitriol that Black women deal with on a daily basis is really commonplace. A lot of the world is anti-Black. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And so we learn at a very young age that in order to survive this world that has such a high level of disdain for us, we have to navigate strategically. And I feel like that's one of the reasons. That's what Jada did. She didn't say anything. If you notice at the Oscars, I don't know if you guys can watch the Oscars, or if you have access to the social media clips, you can watch it back. But when Chris Rock, you know, spouted that tasteless joke regarding, her health condition, she didn't say a word. She just rolled her eyes. But her husband picked up on the pain on her face, and that's why he went up and slapped Chris. Which, and let me just give a side note here. Will Smith could have done a lot more damage than just like an open hand slap one time. Okay. People are acting like he went full fledged. He spent, I don't know how long training for Muhammad Ali, which I feel like he should have won an Oscar for that as well. He did a phenomenal job. But as a boxer, it wasn't like a jab, hook, right, uppercut, none of that. It was one slap in his mouth because Chris was running his mouth, but to protect his wife. And so I really am, I'm grateful for Jada acknowledging it, speaking out publicly, saying that this is a season of healing because she's right, and I'm here for it. I think that both men were dealing with a lot of trauma. Growing up Black in the United States is very difficult. Growing up Black anywhere in the world is difficult, but there is a high level of overt racism here that Black people face, that is not as prevalent or as salient throughout the culture as it is here in America. And so when you deal with that day in, day out, regardless of class or socioeconomic status, it weighs on you. It weighs on your psyche. And I'm not a psychologist. I don't know if Will Smith had like a psychological break or not. But what I do know is that he was fed up, and I'm glad that he's seeking therapy. I'm glad that Chris Rock is also getting therapy, and I'm really grateful that Jada said that this is a season for healing, because it is. I feel like we need to, as just a collective body, we need to grow together. I feel like individuals, it's always good to do introspection and healing and growth in that manner as well. So Jada, Pinkett Smith is a beautiful woman. I'm so sorry that she's having these health issues. I will say that Will Smith smacking Chris Rock definitely it changed the cultural dynamics. Like, people have been talking about this for days, but it put comedians on notice that jokes about Black women, ableism, sexism, racism, rooted in that level of hatred are no longer going to be culturally so easily accepted or easily digested. One of my favorite comedians, and because he's so smart, he's so witty and quick, is Cat Williams. And Cat Williams basically said, if you can't have a comedy set without making fun of another person, or a group of marginalized and vulnerable people, then you need to go home and level up and work on your comedy. Do some more writing, do some more drafting, editing, because the cultural landscape, the cultural dynamics are changing. And I'm here for it. It is a season of healing. We are healing not only, like I said, as individuals, but as a collective culture. Right now there's a war going on. We're still in the middle of a global pandemic. People are, dying. There's food shortages everywhere. I mean, it's a mess. You know what I mean? Like, and so people, these last few years have been hard on everyone. You know what I mean? Not just regular people. Obviously they've been really hard for celebrities as well. So people are not just going to take they're not going to take bullying lying down anymore. It's a season of healing, and I'm here for it. Absolutely, Jada. Let's move on to Zoe Kravitz, because she is learning as well that sometimes it's best to stay silent in the face of denigrating people at their low moments, right? So unfortunately, she went on Instagram and said, here's a picture of my dress at a show where we apparently are assaulting people on stage now, right? That comment was sarcastic and it was unnecessary. And what ended up happening was she received huge backlash on Twitter, you guys. I mean, people were eating her up in the comments, saying that she was a predator. She was going after Jaden Smith. When she was 24 and he was only 14, they had clips of her flirting with him at award shows. They had just all kind of receipts, y'all. All kind of receipts. One person from Essence said that, they were constantly trying to book her. And she said, well, she didn't want to do anything for Essence magazine because that wasn't her targeted audience, which I thought was really interesting because just to give you guys a quick background on Zoe Kravitz, if you're not familiar with her, her father is Lenny Kravitz, who's a rock star. He's, biracial. His mom was a huge Black American actress, and his father was a white music producer. And Lisa Bonet, right? She was most famous on The Cosby Show playing Denise Huxtable, and she went on to have her own spinoff show, A Different World, which was extremely popular. But she actually left after the first season because she was pregnant with Zoe Kravitz, right? Her and Lenny were married back then. But I find it really interesting. And Lisa is biracial as well. She's white and black as well. So both of her parents are biracial, and which means that she's biracial as well. But I just find it very interesting that both her parents do identify as black, by the way, because I know in other countries, you being mixed race, you can you just navigate the world differently. Like everybody has their own cultural um, definitions when it comes to being biracial and mixed race. Trevor Noah speaks on this pretty extensively in his book Born a Crime. But I find it really interesting that, in American culture, because everything is rooted in capitalism and power and subjugation, that, there's a one drop rule where if there's one drop, quote unquote, of black blood in you, meaning if you have like a black ancestor in your lineage, then you're considered black. So I thought that Zoe considered herself black, and maybe she doesn't. But, she says, in this picture, I am not a black artist, I'm an artist. And it always saddens me that people are so anti-black, or that blackness is devalued, because our culture is lit. It's great. I mean, it's dangerous being black in America, but it's fun and it's inclusive and it's loving and it's lit. So I don't know. Her being anti-black isn't as problematic as her being, people are calling her like a pedophile and, a predator, and, saying that she was trying to groom Jaden Smith, and that's why Will Smith had an issue with her. I don't know that to be true. I just, I wanted to share what people are saying on Twitter, but I didn't know that she was so like anti-black. That saddens me a little bit, because that's basically rejecting, a part of who you are. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that in American culture, especially in celebrity world, the blackness is it's devalued for us. Our culture is, appropriated and whitewashed and, repackaged and sold to the masses, globally, actually. But to have like, I couldn't imagine hating my own skin. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine walking around with that level of self-loathing, because I appreciate every aspect of, who I am, the insurmountable obstacles that my ancestors and those that came before me had to overcome for me to get to where I am right now. Like, I applaud them, I love them, and I'm so like proud to be a black woman. So I don't know, my heart breaks for her a little bit. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. I hope that you're having an amazing day. It's a beautiful day outside today, so I'm gonna go out and get some fresh air, and I will hopefully talk with you guys soon. I'm gonna try to get these spades lessons more consistent. It's been hectic around here, but I'm gonna try to do better with that. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and some more commentary soon. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.